President can't do a pick and roll. They gave Pizza Childs and Paul on the other hand. They never should let Mike Brown go.
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, what's up, Big B?
Man, we got something for these Laker haters.
Man, you know they've been starving for something for a long time.
Yeah, let's give them something
Come
right
on,
here.
let's do this right now.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The haters are happy cause the team playing crappy. Give the Clippers a cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. Wearing bags on their head cause the team's playing bad. Let the haters cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. TH had to split. KB is too old. Essendon can't do a pick and roll. They gave Pizza Childs and Paul on the other hand. They never should let Mike Brown go. Go. It's the most wonderful time of the year. The bench is not deep. Look at Jack, he's asleep. Let the haters cheer. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ooh-wee. This is for all the Laker haters. Thank you, Dr. Bone, 'cause if it wasn't for you, us haters wouldn't have.
Oh, yes. There we go. Love that theme song, Mo.
Love it too, and it's playoff time, so it is the most wonderful time. The Lakers are gonna tank again.
They're going to tank.
Yeah.
So they got, is that the rules of the game
Well,
for them
Van
to tank?
called it last week, and he seems like a prophet because everything he called except Golden State came to light.
Right.
They lost in Chicago.
Right.
They should have lost in Indiana.
Right.
They gave LeBron credit for a game winner that was a tip in.
Right,
Like,
right.
for everybody else, that's a tip in. For LeBron, that's a game winner. And honestly, that is a LeBron game winner.
Right.
Anything longer than 5 feet is a challenge. So, yeah, the Lakers are hurting. Now they want to blame their future superstar for all the problems they're having right now. I'm like, be careful because Luka is not signed yet.
Right.
So you can shoot yourself in the foot, Lakers.
So what's this? About 6 games left in the season, right?
I think about 8.
Oh, 8 games?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And the Lakers they're sitting in a position where they can, make a move if they could, So how do you feel about that position that they're in now?
I think that if Memphis had any verve, that the Lakers would be out of any hope of playing a home series because they should have been 5th, but Memphis did their typical Memphis
Right.
and gave the Lakers 4th place.
All right.
But 4th place only gets you first round home field advantage.
Right,
Fan has
right,
noted
right.
the Lakers don't play well on the road.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
it is not looking good for the Lakers. They
But that's
should
what
have
this
won
show is
that.
all about. That's what we
Yes.
want. We don't want them to.
Oh no, this is not Mo upset.
I know.
This is Mo happy.
Happy.
Yo,
Yes.
we got video. This
Yeah.
is a smile. How's it going, man?
All right,
What's
how
up?
you
What's
guys
up?
doing?
What's your name?
Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
The
I'm
number
gonna call
one
him
Laker hater.
basketball prophet.
He's a prophet. He's a
He
prophet.
called the Lakers' demise this week, and Josh Giddey made sure it happened.
Well, I tell you what, if it wasn't for the tip in,
If it wasn't, I told you.
the tip in
it
was
would
the
have
tip
been
in.
over.
saved them.
Right.
No, that wasn't the tip in. That was a
That was-
LeBron James game winner. We need to play it.
No,
right.
it was a tip in.
Yeah, for everybody
That's true.
else.
That's
Since
it
when
was
is a tip in? I've seen other people tip the ball in like that at the buzzer, and they don't call it a game winner. But with LeBron, they call it a game winner.
Yes, you just
It's
answered
a
your own
tip
question.
in.
You just answered your own. For LeBron James, that's the game winner. For everybody else, that's a tip in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
like layups are game winners for LeBron.
We'll
So,
call it
yeah.
a tip-in game winner.
For LeBron. Everybody else is tipping.
Yeah.
the bigger picture is I'm looking at Memphis and I'm like, what's going on with Memphis?
Yeah. Yeah. Who would fire that coach with 10 games left in the season?
Right,
82
right.
game season.
And the games that they lost, Morant wasn't there.
That's true.
And I'm like, I'm looking at Memphis last night, and Morant kind of made me mad because I'm like, dude, you taking bad shots. You taking bad shots. You guys, they spotted the Lakers. But see, here's the thing. The Lakers won the game last night, but they spotted the Lakers a 20-point lead, and they came back and took the lead.
Yeah.
Right.
See, to me, that's more concerning than the Lakers winning the game. What's going on with the Lakers in the third quarter?
What's going on with the Lakers in the second half?
That's
When
it.
you have a guy with a history of wearing down during games, then that same person, if you excuse PEDs, my bad, whatever. But he's older now, and you have a guy who's overweight who's also going to wear down. That means you're going to play poorer in the second half than you do in the first half.
Did you see again last night how easily
They blew past.
Morant, Bane, and those guys went around Luka? Luka cannot guard anybody.
Well, if we're going to talk about that, more punches from Carson, ESPN is trying to defend LeBron by saying Luka's the problem, and Luka's the reason why the Lakers are losing.
When did they say that?
You can roll up Kendrick Perkins. Of course, Kendrick Perkins, it's not LeBron's fault. It's Luka's fault.
Well, first of all, Stephen A. and Kendrick Perkins, they're trying to kind of make up with LeBron, especially Perk, right?
Who did Perk do? I didn't know he was-
See, Perk made a comment, I'm tired of LeBron. He came at LeBron like, he tried to make it racial.
Hold on, let me
He
pull
tried
this
to make
up.
it racial.
Wait,
When he
what?
said, with his podcast, he said, you got JJ Redick, and now you got Steve Nash. How come you didn't pick Brandon Fry, or you didn't pick
Or Brian
this person,
Shaw.
or Brian Shaw? In other words, he tried to make it into a racial thing, and Perk got blasted for that. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that and then they try to make it, well, he went on Pat McAfee's show and stuff, but see what Stephen A. is in denial about is this here. See, he has a running friendship with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan attacks him, he talks to him. LeBron doesn't. That's Stephen A.'s problem with LeBron. You see what I'm saying? He want to make it like, first of all, you spoke about LeBron as a father and you got personal. And then you tried to back off of that and then tried to make it about basketball. Okay? And you tried to switch the subject. LeBron did not talk to you. LeBron didn't step to you because you were saying stuff related to basketball. LeBron stepped to you because you mentioned as a father.
Now, Fagolama, we can actually play because LeBron did go on the Pat McAfee show, and he actually spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Fagolama, I can
Let's hear what
actually,
you got.
I can actually play exactly what he actually said on the Pat McAfee.
I know that Stephen A. said if he wants to swing, I'm gonna swing at him. I'm like,
Right,
you
and
say
then-
that now, but when he stepped to you,
Stephen A. would have got his ass kicked.
thank you.
That's true.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's a 9-minute clip of LeBron James addressing Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, cool.
Give me a second.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift
Yeah.
tour run right now.
Yeah, we're watching it.
Yep.
We're also.
Oh, yeah.
We're all, you're seeing it as well. It's,
No, he literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, on fire. You would be not to
Motherfucker,
talk about
Are
it.
you kidding me? If it's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it is your ass. Like seriously, it's and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance.
Like,
but you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax. Like seriously, just.
Hold on. Let me get you guys unmuted, and you're good now.
Okay, cool.
Goes back to what Nick Wright said about LeBron's issue with Stephen A.
The structure
Stephen A's
motorized-
issue with LeBron. Stephen A's issue with LeBron is LeBron won't give him the time of day. You see what I'm saying? Stephen A. He runs around and he talks and he's this and he's that and he want to act like he's tight with the players and he has these sources and that sources or whatever. And let's keep it real. Everybody who talks basketball or everybody who talks football, all these people that's on ESPN commentating, talking about it and this, that, and the other, if it wasn't for the players, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Okay? So when you call yourself, like Stephen A. would say, well, it's my job to talk about you. It's not my job to talk to you, it's my job to talk about you. In other words, I'm doing my job. You wouldn't even have a job if these guys wasn't running up and down the basketball court.
Absolutely.
And that's for everyone who talks about, even us sitting here, we talking about what happened last week and the tip in and the Giddey shot and all that. Well, hey, if them guys wasn't running up and down the floor,
We wouldn't have a job.
we
Yeah,
wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
I wouldn't be making the millions I'm making.
Yeah. In a way, LeBron and these basketball players and football players, because all they talk about, if you notice on ESPN, on First Take, they very rarely talk about baseball. Everything is football and basketball.
I mean, and if they do talk about baseball, it's mostly centered around the Dodgers. Like, again, that's like very rarely they'll talk about Shohei Ohtani. Because that's a literal buzzword when it comes to Major League Baseball right now. I love him. In fact, I love Shohei Ohtani, and I wish nothing but the best for him. But literally, anytime you talk about Dodgers, it will literally be Shohei Ohtani. And maybe Clayton Kershaw getting injured.
But you have a Magic Johnson tie into the Dodgers, so that takes you back to basketball.
I'm not sure if he still even has.
He doesn't have any interest in the Dodgers anymore?
Let me see if he still has interest in Dodgers.
So
yeah, he was at the Dodgers opening game. He still has.
he's got his foot in the door.
Either that or he had to sell his interest in the Dodgers because he's part of the Commanders now in the NFL.
Okay. Yeah.
But the thing is, if I can, took a look at the Lakers' upcoming schedule. They play the Rockets tomorrow night.
Oh, okay, man.
Then they play
2.3.
Golden State. Okay, and I'm looking at it like they can lose both of those games.
True.
Are you predicting that they're going to lose them?
I'm going to say this
You
here.
seem to be the prophet around here now.
Houston's going to be on a back-to-back tomorrow, so you have to see if they're going to play all their players.
I mean,
Okay.
they should. I mean,
Who are they playing in the front, on the front side?
Let's
The front side is
actually I can pull it up for you right now, right here. Look at the screen. Let me see. Because if they're playing right now, they're gonna be playing at 6 o'clock. We're playing the Suns.
they're playing the Suns.
Yes, they're playing the Suns.
Oh, they don't have to play all their players.
I mean, yeah, they don't have to play all of them. They just gotta play enough of them.
But the thing is, the fact that they're going to be on back to back, you know, it's a young team. The back to back shouldn't bother them.
As much,
Question is whether they're going to play all their players.
I'd like to actually see if who's on the injured report. See,
Why is it that there is so much emphasis on back to back? A lot of people debate that a lot.
Well,
and
back-to-back-
and people.
Let me explain it to you, Johnny.
No, explain. I want the people out here to understand, because I don't think the people understand the back to back,
Okay.
and why they elaborate on that so much.
Back to back means, for example, the Lakers had to play a road game in Milwaukee and then turn around and play a back-to-back game at Denver.
Yes, sir.
That means that after you finish the Milwaukee game, you got to get on a plane,
Sure.
fly for what, 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
If maybe a little shorter, Milwaukee to Denver, but when you make that flight, then you got to get off the flight. It's what, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. You check into a hotel. You don't even do a shoot around the next day. You
Right.
basically do a walkthrough, and then you got to go to the arena and play the next night. If you got a home back to back, that's easy because you ain't got to get on a plane and go nowhere. But when you got to get on a plane, just like Houston is playing in Phoenix tonight, okay, and
I mean,
so with
that's
that
an
being
easier
said,
transition.
they got to get on a plane and fly to LA after the game.
Yeah, because
Yes, so okay.
from Phoenix, Arizona to Los Angeles, that's like a quick, like 1
It's
2
about
hour
a
flight.
45 to 1 hour flight.
And like that's if they're flying. If they're busing it,
No way they bus it.
Yeah,
They're
no.
gonna fly.
So yeah, but that's like a 2-hour flight.
No, from Arizona to here. It's about 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm
I think
counting
my
for
point.
like any type of like delays or like anything that can happen. Like
They have all these guys. All these teams got private planes.
Yeah,
Okay,
they'll
so
know
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah,
I
45
think
miles
you're-
an hour.
I think you may be pointing to the physical toll.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I mean, the game has always been structured like this, always been back to backs. But I don't think that people really understand, why they're putting so much emphasis on it now when it's always been an old school style of basketball. If you're gonna play, it's time to play. But now it's
players-
more complaining. I know the money is bigger now, and it's more. They're more into, of course, trying to save their stamina. But it's all about getting your ass up, get on the plane, and let's go play some basketball.
Now you
And that
mentioned
whole concept is just going away.
you mentioned the old school players, right? You mentioned you go to the old school players, Jordan.
We never heard
and,
that.
and all of those guys, Dr. J and all of them. They didn't have a problem playing back to back.
Right.
Okay. These guys today, with the money being like it is, and this, that, and the other, they should not be pouting and screaming about playing back to backs.
Yeah.
Because the money that they making now is nowhere near the money that Doc and all of them was making.
Right.
So I mean, it's just like, I'm gonna use baseball as an example. When you ever see, back in the day, you seen pitchers like Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, them guys go the whole complete game,
Yes, sir.
pitch 9 innings. You look at baseball now, you'd be lucky if you get 5 innings out of your starting pitcher.
You got the setup man, you got the closer. Yep.
Right, because I think like nowadays when it comes to just baseball pitching, they've actually done the research, they've actually done the actual science behind it, And it's like, they would rather be able to actually preserve, pitchers than having, because it's just like, even though nowadays, you're having a lot more Tommy John surgeries because pitchers always trying to focus on, power and speed and less on actual control, which is why you're seeing a lot more injuries. But it comes down to having pitchers available, like not having them play, like those back to back. At least give them like 3 days worth of like rest so that they can be available for like in what, like 4 or like 5 games, depending on like how deep your pitching rotation is. That's why a lot of teams, they invest heavily into pitching, into bullpens. They invest heavy because they don't want to have where it's just like you always have your sure like 4 or 5 pitchers. That'll be your starters throughout like the entire season. Maybe have like a 6. But,
Yeah, you're right.
But in fact, they will never like have them pitch the entire game. Especially, say for example, like
Unless you're going for a no hitter.
right. In fact, if you're going for like a no hitter, in fact, like the pitcher is on fire, you're not going to take that pitcher out. If that pitcher has given up like god dang like 6 runs or even 4 in like the first 2 innings.
3 innings, yeah.
In fact, it's like, yo, you ice cold. We need to pull you out before you put us in a bigger hole.
Yeah, that's
More
true.
punches from Carson. Well, I think that point, there's a point made in what you're saying. They did the science, but some guys go beyond the science. Because Nolan Ryan was not known for throwing knuckleballs. He was known for bringing the heat. So, and he brought the heat for 20 years, a lot of games. So maybe the kids, the people they have pitching now don't have the same sort of physical attributes that Nolan Ryan had or Tom Seaver or whatever. But
I would say, we won't never see kids that will pitch like a Randy Johnson. We won't see
Yes.
kids that perch like
I
Jerry
was thinking
Weaver.
about Randy Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see a pitcher like a Jerry Weaver. You won't see a pitcher like.
Well, just bring up Bob Gibson, man. We can close the case, and then we can move on back to this basketball thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but speaking about that, the players now, like Kawhi Leonard didn't play today.
He's going to
right?
play them all. Yep. Back to back.
I understand what the Clippers are trying to do. Everybody wants to make a big deal. Oh, Kawhi didn't play. Okay, he didn't play, right? I was looking at the Clippers with Kawhi healthy, with Harden, Big Zoo and Powell. Powell.
Yeah.
They can be a dangerous team.
Yep.
And even Powell today, he put up 34.
Yeah. So I mean, when you look at, they were supposed to get blown out today. They was
And they
down
did.
by 17, and Powell went for like 20 in the second quarter. But the thing is, the thing that gets me is the Lakers potentially have 3 guys. 3. The 3 guys that score, that carries them offensively, can't guard nobody.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not potential. That's guaranteed.
Okay. The 3 guys that they count on to carry them
Cannot stop the wind from blowing.
cannot guard anybody.
Yeah.
Right, but one of the things that I've been actually keeping an eye on has been Luka when it comes to foul trouble, and he's actually been relatively clean as far as just like not being in foul trouble as of late.
That's
Okay.
because. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna make the distinction between foul trouble and not fouling. There's a distinction. Is Luka in foul trouble? No. Does Luka foul? Yes. So
Do they
if
call
Luka
it?
fouls Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's gonna get that call. If Luka fouls Norman Powell, he probably ain't gonna get called for it. So
I'm still got
Let
a
me-
bone to pick with that Clipper Thunder game because of the way that game was
Was reffed,
officiated.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this here, okay? They were talking about this on ESPN last week, First Take. Shannon Sharp, to me, Shannon Sharp, he's an idiot and a clown.
He's all the above.
Okay?
Yeah.
And what I'm
Okay.
going to say is.
But say it again one more time for our show.
He's an idiot and he's a clown.
All right, Shannon, that was for you.
Because he want to say, well, Shea's foul baiting and this that. What do you think Luka's doing?
Yeah.
What do you think LeBron is doing? What do you think Reeves is doing?
Right.
Okay, Reeves can get in there. He'll flop. And whoop, the whistle. Whoop.
It's funny.
LeBron
because,
the
like,
same thing. Whoop. They called a technical last night. I don't know if you guys saw the game or
I
not.
saw that.
They called a technical on Jackson.
For flop.
They said he flopped. They called a foul on LeBron. The Lakers challenged it. They challenged the call. And when they went and looked at it, not only did they switch the call to a no foul on LeBron, they called a technical on Jackson for flopping.
Okay.
Has anybody seen the flop? Anybody get a tech all year this year over flopping?
There's been
Saw one last night.
There's been a couple, but it's just like they haven't really been vocal about it. Let me see if I can pull up one.
See if you can pull up any
Yeah.
technicals this year because of flopping. But I saw one last night, and that was when Memphis was making their run.
So they
They
reviewed
stopped
it.
momentum.
They reviewed it first and said it was a flop, right?
No, they called a
just flopped.
foul. LeBron knocked him down. LeBron cried as
flopped.
usual.
Oh, okay.
The Lakers challenged the call. Then they went and looked at
They
it.
looked at it. That's what I was
And not
asking.
only did they take the foul away from LeBron, but they gave Jackson a technical for flopping. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I mean, like that was from like the
God.
Memphis was up by 4 points.
And they switch momentum.
Exactly. So, I mean, Shannon Sharp needs to shut up because he's got 3 known floppers on the team that he roots for. Luka. Yeah, you see how many times Luka gets to the free throw line every game? Reeves. LeBron. If LeBron don't get a call, it's like it's like a newborn baby when
He's
they
a
come into
crybaby.
the world. He start crying.
Yeah, there's a archive of LeBron flops. I hit you, but I fall the opposite way that I got hit. It's like, dude, this is like the magic bullet from Kennedy. I'm like, what just happened here? Yeah. So-
Now, as big as LeBron is,
oh God.
as big
Here
as
we go.
LeBron is, right? LeBron can. I mean, I don't get this dude is what 260,
Easily.
all muscle,
Yeah.
ain't no fat on him. 260.
PEDs make sure of that. But anyway, I mean, he works out a lot. Yes.
Okay, but my thing is, who can hit a guy like that hard and he just
I know one person. I know one person
Who
who
is
is that
that?
hard and just he destroys LeBron anytime he's anywhere near him. And I understand because this dude is really intimidating.
Who's that?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
LeBron
That's a
made
good
sure
one.
Steph Curry was in foul trouble every series they played. If I'm near him, he knocked me over. It's like, yeah, LeBron's a flop. He's a flop artist. It's
Yeah.
well understood. No, it doesn't take a whole lot to know. It's not like the NBA can't know that he flops.
And they had the nerve to call a technical
On the guy who
Memphis
got
last
hit.
night
Yes.
for flopping.
That's an interesting call. I mean, especially if they just reviewed the play and saw it over and reversed the call.
And
We
with
never
pe-
saw that.
when I came in, you mentioned something, and it was like, yeah, that was a big game last night.
Yeah, that was 4-5 right there.
That was
It was gonna
4-5.
be home court, and Memphis
so,
was up. Yeah.
And so now, if they finish tied, the Lakers
Get
own
home
the
court.
tiebreaker, so they'll get home court.
And
Right.
that's why the NBA did that. I'm sorry, that's why they did that. They know the Lakers if they play on the road. Providence says it. The stats say it. If they're on the road, they're going to be challenged to get out of that series, and they at least want them to get out of the first round.
Now, I'm gonna share something else with you. I was keeping an eye on this week. Jackson Hayes, right? I think the last show we did, we said Jackson Hayes had a game. Now, he had a good game against Chicago. He had 19 points. Okay, but those are just alley-oop dunks, and he gets all this stuff around the rim. Okay? But I'm looking at Jackson Hayes in the game against Indiana. They had to go against Miles Turner.
He was getting eaten alive.
He wasn't a factor. He wasn't a factor. I looked at the game last night against Memphis. Edie was tearing him up, and that's another thing that made me mad about Memphis. Why wouldn't you go to Edie? Edie was on a roll. That's the rookie out of Purdue.
Can I comment on that? One punch from Carson. That shows you the problem with Memphis. You have a point guard who doesn't play point guard. That's the problem. Hey, where are we most efficient? Oh, Edie's scored 4 straight times. Oh, I need to get my shot off. Wait, Ja, he just scored 4 straight times. Give him the ball again.
Give him the ball. Keep feeding him the ball.
This is why Memphis have been the team of promise for the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
And they have never reached the promised land because they have a point guard who does not know how to play point guard. And this, quick aside, love Steph Curry, but the difference between Magic and Steph, one is a guy playing the point guard position who shoots, and one's a guy who has a shooting guard's body but passes. Point guard is a guy who gets the ball where it needs to be.
And my thing is when Memphis made the run, Edie was killing Jackson Hayes.
And I bet Ja took the ball out of his hand.
Yep. I'm like, throw him the ball.
Kobe Bryant. You said Kobe in the finals. Ja Morant, I can guarantee Memphis will never make it to the finals. Because Ja Morant is not a point guard.
And
he's not a good point guard.
Needs
He
Memphis.
doesn't put the ball where it's to be.
Okay, so
He's spectacular.
Yeah, because
but
I'm
he
looking
doesn't
at
put the
Ja
ball where it
last
needs to be.
night.
Yeah.
I counted at least 5 or
Bad
6
shots.
bad shots
Guaranteed it's going to happen.
that he took last night.
Guaranteed.
3-point shot. You're not a 3-point
You're not
shooter.
a three-point shooter. Why are you taking the shot?
Yeah,
At least go to the hole.
Yeah.
You may get the foul call.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like they were there
Were
to
they in
win
the
the
penalty?
game. Huh?
Were they in the penalty when he took that 3?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Because that would have been even worse.
But the thing is, I'm like, you got this young buck and Edie. Edie can play. Edie can play. Okay? And I'm like, he was killing Jackson Hayes. Killing him. They had took Jackson Hayes out for a good stretch of the game because
He couldn't do
Edie
anything
was
with Edie.
getting him.
He was taking his lunch money.
okay, so when it comes to Jaren Jackson Jr., this ain't the first time that he got caught flopping, because he did it 2 weeks ago against the Heat, and he got a technical foul for flopping.
Okay.
So he had 2 of them now. That's 2?
And that's why they called it, because he had a history.
Now the one that he got in Miami, did they call a foul on the Heat and then reverse the call and say he flopped?
Let me actually play it for you. Let's actually play the actual
I wish you could
footage.
play the LeBron one. I know LeBron probably hit him.
They
I can
got
play that one too, but I'll play this one first, and then I can play the one that happened.
How long is the segment?
This is like a minute.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let me play this real quick. Give me a second. You know how YouTube ads could be there. Gotta love them. Gotta love them, but at the same time, you gotta hate them because they were very intrusive. All right, here we go.
But really likes that left-hand hook.
Khalil Ware with it.
All right, here we go.
Wiggins making the extra little pass to get Bam going there on the baseline.
Jaren Jackson, a forced jump hook over the top of Bam drops. He's got 6 early points, Jaren Jackson does.
He's a right-handed player, but really likes that left-hand hook.
Khalil Ware with an illegal screen. And Ware has been hit with a technical foul.
Oh, they're calling that a flop. That is a flop
Wow.
on Jaren Jackson Jr. This is interesting. Let's take a look here. Yeah, they're saying that is an exaggeration or a flop on Jaren Jackson Jr.
So
Not
he's been getting
a
away
foul
with
on
it.
Khalil Ware.
Memphis,
Next
no, it
time
is a foul on Ware
LeBron
too, but a flop as well.
He's not going to get LeBron flops too often. He's not going to get it. LeBron probably flops once a game.
All right, so yeah,
He's not getting any technical.
So yeah, that was the Jaren Jackson Jr. Hand got caught in the cookie jar when it comes to flopping. So again, this is not the first time, because I think like last year LeBron got called for a flop last year.
Only one?
It was against the Pistons when he flopped against Isaiah Stewart.
Was it a technical or was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they gave him a technical, and then Gary Trent Jr. last year when he was going up against the Mavericks, he got assessed a technical foul for flopping. So they're calling it. Whether or not they consistently call it, that's the.
Well, most of them are going under the radar
Yes.
anyway. So
Yeah, but they're starting to actually call it. I think Jalen Brunson also got called for a flop as well.
Well, one punch from Carson. If they're going to call techs in the playoffs, that's going to really hurt the Lakers, which will be great because LeBron has a history.
And
They're not
then
going to
Lou
call
Dort
that on
got called for
LeBron
a
in the
flop as
playoffs.
well.
Trust me. LeBron will be able to flop in the playoffs.
Thank you.
LeBron will be able to flop till the cows come home, and they are not going to call it. And my thing is, I get so sick and tired of Reeves and Luka getting foul calls, and then when they show the replay, it's like, where's the foul?
yeah.
Yes.
Where's the foul?
Where's the foul?
You know, I mean, if you get fouled, fine. But I'm like, Reeves, you a guard. They treat Luke, they treat like you can't look at Reeves, let alone breathe on him or touch him. It's a foul. And I'm like, come on, man. You know, and seeing the thing also that made me mad about Morant is, hey man, you either gonna have Reeves or Luka guarding you. Don't settle for no jump shot. Go to the hole. Go to the hole. Even if it's Vanderbilt guarding you, same thing.
I would say in defense of Morant, remember he's coming back. This is like his first game back off of his injury. So just like him being as aggressive as he would normally be would probably not be in his best interest at the moment. So he's going to be taking less of those risks. He's going to be pulling up for the jump shot, even though he really should be taking them to the hole and actually punishing them for their lack of defense. But
Okay. More punches from Carson. Then why'd they fire Taylor Jenkins?
that's literally.
It's not to lose games.
I was
Oh
getting ready to ask
no! Oh no!
this.
It's the win
Literally.
game. So if Ja's out there, I need you to win the game, man. I don't need for you to be like, well, I'm not ready. If you're not ready, if you're on the court, you're on the court because you're ready.
Literally, that's
Yeah.
the biggest mystery. But from what they're saying, we don't know the full story. But what we do know from what we've heard is that he lost the locker room.
Oh,
They're saying that he lost the locker room when they're literally 5th place in the Western Conference, which is literally really hard right now because we're getting towards the nitty gritty.
And here we-
the
and there
final
you go.
stretch where literally, let's just look at his past 5 years. He's gotten you to the playoffs and play-ins consistently in the past 5 years, where you've either been eliminated in the play-in or you've been eliminated in the first and second round consistently for the past 5 seasons. Right now, before he was fired, they were in 4th place in the Western Conference. The loss yesterday put them
Put him
in
in
5th.
fifth. Yep.
You are literally in prime real estate right now. We're literally the 4th through 8th are literally neck and neck.
Yep.
Where literally
One
wins
game
and
can move you to
losses
4th, one game can move
matter.
you to 7th.
Because literally, just from the loss today, the Clippers went from 6th straight to 8th.
Yep.
And can we punch up the rest of the Clippers schedule and
yes,
punch
sure.
up the rest of the Lakers schedule?
Let me do it like this, do that, and do that.
Yeah, because I understand he lost the locker room, but one thing that will help you keep the locker room is winning. So you may have been mad at Taylor Jenkins, but if you drop the 7th place because of this move, it's gonna look really dumb to the fans, and the players should feel really dumb. And I'm honestly gonna say, yeah, you might have lost the locker room, but I think a lot of that's probably gonna be on Ja because that's supposed to be his team. So
Right,
if
because
Taylor Jenkins was
Memphis-
his man, wouldn't have been a problem.
They just lost 2 in a row. They're 4 of their last 6.
Okay.
So let's look
this
at the
is-
Clippers.
This is what I'm saying. If we want to play an interesting little game, if we can see the Lakers schedule and the
Okay, I can.
the Clippers
I
schedule.
can pull up both.
We're gonna do.
Here you go. Here's the Lakers schedule.
Okay, leave the Lakers schedule up there.
Okay, this is
Their
their
last
like 8 games.
8 games.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4.
So they play Houston tomorrow.
Okay.
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 More punches. Is that a win or a loss?
They're playing in LA or
In LA.
on back-to-back with Torrey Eason coming back. I'm gonna call that a loss. Torrey Eason's supposed to be back on the 31st.
Torrey Eason.
He was on injury reserve.
For the
for
Rockets.
Houston.
Yeah, so if they play tonight, Torrey Eason will be back tomorrow night. I'm calling that a loss for the Lakers.
The Golden State game.
The way the Golden State's playing, that's a toss-up because they have really lost.
You got to go win or
Because they
loss.
just got Curry back.
Curry's back.
With the lack of size, I'm gonna go. They'll probably be Golden
They
State.
don't have a lack of size. If they play Looney and they play that guy Poe, the lack of size don't matter against the Lakers no more. You know why I say that? Because there's no AD no more. So lack of size
But
doesn't
LeBron
matter.
is going to dominate posts for sure. Posts have shown a propensity for fouling.
Draymond,
And
they still got
literally
Draymond.
Green is going to be your primary
I'm not
defender
feeling good
on
about Golden
LeBron.
State. They really have been. They should have been in. They should have been
You
fourth
got,
place.
and you got Butler. Butler will take LeBron.
It's going to be
Butler will guard LeBron.
It's going to be a toss-up game depending on which Golden State we see, but I'm going to go with Golden State and get the win, but I will not be surprised if Lakers get the win.
Okay.
Okay, New
and
Orleans.
that's in LA.
Is that in LA?
That is in LA. They
Okay.
have
Yeah,
a
so that's another reason
3-game
why.
homestand.
Yeah. I'm going with Houston. I think Houston gonna run them into the ground.
Houston can win.
Yeah, I
Golden
think they're gonna run
State,
into the
that's a
ground.
toss-up for me. Pelicans,
I think
Lakers
they're
can
gonna
win
win
that.
Pelicans.
That's a
OKC.
OKC
beats
twice?
both. Yeah, they lose both those games.
They lose both those
They
games
lose both those
in
games
OKC.
in OKC because
Okay.
OKC wants to get the wrap up the season series against Cleveland. They win both those games. They may not have to play the last 3 games because Cleveland has 15 losses. OKC has 12.
OKC is going to play the string out. Even with them resting guys, they still whooping people's ass.
Well, they're definitely going to win those because they win those. They can be done for the season. They may not even have to play anyone, whatever. Those 2 they're going to win.
Plus-
LA is going to lose both of those.
Plus,
Okay.
Fagolema, let's not forget,
Now
Shai
Dallas.
Gilgeous-Alexander, he's trying to get his actual MVP season.
Okay. Now Dallas.
Dallas.
AD is back.
Woo!
AD is back.
And
is that a win or
Dallas
loss?
needs that win.
I'm like I say, AD is back.
If
Is that a
anything's
win
gonna
or
motivate-
loss?
If anything will
AD is
motivate,
back,
and this
but
is
they
where
don't
it's
have
going to be like, well,
Kyrie.
why don't you choose Golden State?
AD
I think AD is going to beat the Lakers.
AD is gonna go ape shit
He's
when
gonna
he see
go
the
crazy.
Lakers.
Yes, and it's gonna be in Dallas.
Yeah.
So
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. I think AD gets that win. They need that win. They want to knock Phoenix out. They brought AD back to get into the play-in, and if they get in the play-in, I don't
Today,
like
7
any
minutes
team
a day.
versus AD in the play-in right now.
Okay.
Even Minnesota. I'm like, AD will kill. He will kill anything you put. He killed the dude from the LSU. He will kill the Stifle Tower. It's
Okay.
like Minnesota doesn't have a matchup for AD.
Is that Houston game?
That's-
after Dallas.
That's in Houston again.
That's in Houston?
Yes.
That's a loss.
No, Fagolema, no.
That's in Houston.
No, that is.
Oh, that's in LA. That's in
That's
LA.
in LA?
Yeah, that's in LA.
I still say it's
It's
a loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And then
So-
the final game against Portland.
Portland.
Yeah, that'll be Portland.
I got this Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater. I'm saying that the Houston game tomorrow is a loss. The Golden State game is a loss.
Okay.
New Orleans is a win. There's 2 losses coming at OKC. There's a loss coming at Dallas, and there's a loss coming to Houston.
That's 6 losses.
Okay?
So
I see the Lakers at the end going 2-6.
okay,
Okay, brother.
okay, 2-6,
Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
Call it. Call it, brother.
2-6. All right.
They're definitely not going to have a winning record. at
Put the
end of
Clippers schedule up
Yeah.
there.
There you go.
Tell you where I'm going.
So we got Orlando tomorrow. Then we are at home against
let's-
the Pelicans, and then
Let's stay with the Orlando game for a second. Now, Orlando been playing good ball, But they'll have Kawhi there tomorrow. They'll have Harden. They'll have, they have the guys
else,
there.
yeah.
The Clippers can go in there and win that game.
Yes.
I'm gonna say a win for the Clippers.
Okay.
The New Orleans game, win for the Clippers.
Beautiful.
That depends on which Zion Williams we have to face off against, but
No, you just call a win. A win is a win. Call it.
okay.
Dallas, I think that's a win. They got Dallas back to back.
Yes.
They'll split those Dallas games. Dallas will get one. Clippers will get one. San Antonio's a win. Houston, that's gonna be a good one. I think the Clippers match up with Houston better than the Lakers do.
So,
Well, but then
is it a
again,
win?
Houston is a young, fast team. I'm gonna say, where's that game at?
That is
Into it?
in LA. Yes, that is here in Intuit Dome. Literally,
I'm gonna
the
say
next couple
I'm gonna say
games.
that one. I'm gonna say that one's a loss.
Literally, if I go, besides the Orlando game, we literally have a 5 straight games at home.
If the Lakers go, the reason I wanted you to punch this up, if the Lakers go 2-6 in those stretch of games, and they got OKC twice, the Clippers ain't got OKC on there.
We already
Okay.
played OKC, and I think we lost both of those.
So the toughest game that I'm looking at that the Clippers have is
Golden State or Houston?
Golden State or Houston. Let's say the Clippers go on a roll. They've been on a roll. They didn't even without Kawhi today. I mean, Cleveland still had to play. It was only a 5-point game. It was the final score of 127-122.
Yes.
And they're gonna have Powell there now.
At one point, Cleveland was up by 17 points, and then we pushed it back up. Got it that close, but it is what it is.
So what I'm saying is there's a conceivable chance that the Clippers can go on a roll because looking at their schedule, they can go on a roll and the Lakers hit any kind of skid, any kind of more of a skid than the one they've been on, right? Clippers could catch the Lakers. That ain't out the picture.
Okay, so just like you had the Lakers winning only 2 and they're gonna be going 2-6. How many? What record do you have the Clippers going?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Orlando game is gonna be a win.
Okay.
The New Orleans game is a win.
Okay.
They split the Dallas game.
Okay. So
That would make them 3-1.
3-1.
San Antonio, they'd be 4-1.
4-1.
Houston, they'll be 4-2.
Okay.
Sacramento,
Win.
5-2.
5-2.
Okay.
Golden
happened
State,
with Golden State.
6-2.
Okay. All right.
So it's the
6-2
reverse
for
of
the Clippers,
and
2-6 for the Lakers.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, that would be crazy.
All right. It's locked in. Y'all heard it.
Yeah, that would the Clippers would be 4 seed and the Lakers would be like 7 seed. That would be
Okay.
silly.
Basically, they would trade positions. They would,
Yeah.
because then we also have to look at how the Warriors play, and then we also have to look out how
Minnesota plays.
Yeah, I think the game tonight is going to say a lot about how the Warriors are going to play
And
because they got
let's-
into a rut.
Who the Warriors play tonight?
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
They gonna
They're-
kill
they're-
San
they're-
Antonio.
No, they lost 2 games. They lost to They lost to.
They're playing right now.
They lost to 2 teams they should have beaten.
And,
New Orleans was
and,
one.
and right now the Timberwolves.
They lost to New Orleans?
Yeah, the games before the last game, they lost just horrible losses. Oh, they lost to Miami. Oh, they lost at my bad. Atlanta and Miami. That's who they lost to.
So.
Steph didn't play either one of them games.
Oh goodness gracious!
What?
Look at that score.
What's the score?
Let's say 54-32.
So maybe they started to get their mojo.
I told
back
you the
together.
Warriors
Yeah.
was going
They
to
scored 44 points in the first quarter.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah, but they've been playing horrible ball.
Oh, yeah.
Steph is back. Steph is back.
He was back last game too, and they barely beat.
Yeah,
They
he
they barely beat another bad team.
Let me actually pull up.
We'll take a barely win.
Yeah.
Let
Oh,
me
I'll take a
actually-
barely win, but they've been out of rhythm, and that's the thing that's
Yeah, in
getting
fact,
trouble.
the last game they played, that was the Pelicans, and they won that game. But they had lost
They
to the
were-
Hawks
and Miami.
and to the Heat.
and it was an
Now,
ugly loss.
now, I'm gonna give them a pass on that Miami game.
In the game against
Why is that?
the Pelicans, 111-95.
Number one,
Warriors.
number
but you see in
one,
the fourth quarter, it was tight until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
number one. Steph didn't play,
Okay.
and now I got a bone to pick with Jimmy Butler
Thank
too.
you.
I got a bone to pick
It's
with
your
Butler.
back home
What's the
game.
bone?
And you,
Okay, you raised all that hell to get out of Miami. Oh, I want out of here. I want out of here. Showed your ass to get up out of there. And then you went down to Miami and got
got trashed.
pimp slapped
Thank you.
by Bam.
Thank you.
Bam was like, he was waiting on that game.
Well, that
No
that
one said
pimp.
anything about that game.
Which one?
Which one?
Pistol?
The Minnesota Detroit
Oh yeah.
game.
Yes. Right now,
That's showing you Detroit is no joke.
literally,
Detroit's up in that game?
Yes.
Detroit is no joke. If Kate Cunningham is
They
playing,
blowing them. What's the score?
39-29. We're in the second quarter. We're about
Wait a
like
minute.
8:38.
That's early though.
yes, sir.
No, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Detroit, right? See, Cade Cunningham, right? See, they just went under the radar. See, if you look at
I've been
Detroit,
saying that for 2 weeks.
if you look at Detroit, they added
Literally,
Tobias.
they have a squad.
They added Tobias Harris.
Sure.
They added
Schroeder.
Hardaway,
Sure.
and they added that other boy,
Beasley.
And Schroeder.
And Beasley's been carrying them because
So-
Ivy's been out. Yeah.
Yeah. So those three guys.
Yep.
Yeah, Schroeder. Yeah.
Yeah, those three guys, that's three shooters. These guys wasn't even on Detroit's team last year, right? So then if you look at Cade, and then you look at this guy they got starting now, Durham, playing center. Durham is like a Ben Wallace.
And
No, he's more like a young Superman. He is built like
like Shaq.
no, not Shaq.
Dwight.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight,
He's
okay.
like a clone of Dwight Howard, except with the brain. Yeah, because this dude can actually kind of shoot, but he's a physical marvel. And he's instead of like Ben Wallace was 6'6", Duran is like 6'10", 6'11".
Let me see.
He's
if
a
I
legit
can
big dude.
pull up.
Right,
Now there's nothing about the front line with Durham that's you put anybody against Durham, I'm like, you may have a problem. That team
I'm gonna
is-
tell you
yeah.
this right now. It just speaking on Detroit.
Yep, 6'10". Yeah.
Okay. This guy, Detroit in the East. They're number 6 in the East right now.
You do not want to play. New York does not want to play Detroit.
New York better hope
They do not.
They do
that
not want to play Detroit.
New York moves up. I mean, New York better hope that Detroit moves to
up.
the 5.
Yeah.
Literally.
And
not wanna
Milwaukee
play Detroit.
dropped to the 6.
Right now,
do not wanna
Milwaukee
play
is number
Detroit.
6 and Detroit's number 5 right now.
Detroit's 5?
Yes. Here's the actual standings right here.
Oh boy.
Okay, so-
Indiana is going to catch.
So
yeah.
here's the thing, and I have to give Milwaukee a pass too.
Yeah, they just lost.
Lillard's out,
For the
Portis is out.
Yeah, fact,
2 key guys are out, and they struggling.
And literally, Lillard is out with the same issue that
Wembanyama.
that
Victor got.
Black Lock.
See, I don't call it. You know, when I say Victor, everybody know who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
this
That's
is
how
true.
bad he
Yes.
is. Okay, but if
The fact that he's
somehow
out,
New York
he's still eligible for Defensive Player of the Year, which is crazy.
if somehow New York has to play Detroit, I'm calling an upset. I'm calling Detroit over New York.
Stephen A. gonna be mad. Spike
That's
Lee
okay.
gonna be
Stephen
sad.
Idiot.
Stephen A. You think I care about Stephen A? Stephen A. I see his angle, and all those guys that's on ESPN, right? They follow behind him because, you know, they figured that's how they gonna keep their little gig going.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even if he's wrong, who challenges him? You know, shit. Like I say, I look at Shannon Sharp and I'm like, really, man? I look at Perk and I'm like, really? And my thing is this here.
And funny thing is, like Shannon Sharp actually spoke up about the whole incident between his co-worker and his favorite player. Like he spoke up on that,
Oh, okay.
but he's kind of keeping himself like trying to actually be a professional neutral.
Shannon Sharpe?
Yes.
Professional?
Yes, when he's trying to say like, yo, I wish Stephen A. could have handled that better, and not did what he did, and not say what he said. Just keep it on a professional level. He's basically trying to play the neutral zone.
I guarantee you, if Shannon Sharpe wasn't on First Take, he wouldn't have took that approach.
Actually,
Okay.
because but
He wouldn't have took that approach.
Yeah.
He'd have been, oh, Stephen A., he know what he did, and woo, 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 and LeBron had a right to do this, and LeBron had a right to. But because Shannon Sharpe, and that's why I look at Shannon Sharpe with a raised eyebrow. Because you on First Take, right? You gonna try to play neutral. If you wasn't on First Take, you would
They be
not
talking
be
a lot of
neutral.
shit, huh?
He'd probably been calling Stephen A. all kind of names. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot touch the king. Yes.
Because I can actually play exactly what Shannon Sharpe has to say about the situation.
Okay. So Lakers are in for rocky times, is what the prophet is saying.
Yes,
So
It
in
was
other
like
words,
if it wasn't for the tip in.
I agree.
Hold
They
on.
would be in fifth.
we got a new name for the number one Laker hater.
Well, after last week, I had to.
I mean,
he
I
called
called
that. He called that
called it,
whole
you
week.
called
I'm
it.
like, gee whiz.
So listen, you have to acknowledge that and put that onto your tag.
You know,
okay?
okay.
Could you do that, sir?
Yeah.
So how would it sound?
Well,
how would it? Let me hear how it sound. What?
I've been, Van Douglas number one Laker hater.
And the
And the prophet. Okay?
The chosen one.
See, you can look at what's going on. If you look at it hard enough and you study it hard enough, you can see what's happening. Right? And so what I see happening is like with the Lakers, right? Okay, ever since they got Luka, it's Laker fan. Oh, we got Luka, we got Luka, we got Luka, and I'm like, so what?
Yeah, and literally that team.
What? We supposed to be scared of y'all now because y'all got Luka?
Literally, that team is literally all gas, no brakes.
I said we supposed to be scared of y'all because I said I pay attention to stuff that you guys don't pay attention to. Points in the paint. Since AD left, Lakers get killed. Points in the paint.
Okay, I can actually play exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to
let us
say.
know what you're getting ready to play, sir.
All right, so this is Shannon Sharpe breaking his silence about the whole Stephen A. and LeBron James situation on his nightcap show with Ocho.
Okay.
Today, nearly 3 weeks after confronting Stephen A. at a basketball game.
Yeah.
LeBron broke his silence on the incidents, referring to the fallout as a Taylor Swift tour run for Stephen A. The beef started, over comments Stephen A. made regarding Bronny. I initially wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to talk about it. We didn't talk about it. Y'all didn't hear anything from me for about the incident for 3 weeks ago, but now LeBron has went on PMAC, and we have to talk about it now. LeBron said he hasn't been too happy with how Stephen A. has reacted to the situation. He's on a Taylor Swift tour right now. It started off with, I didn't want to address it, but since the video came out, I feel, this is LeBron talking, I need to address it. He completely missed the whole point. The whole point, never would I allow people to talk, not allow people to talk about a sport and criticize players about what they do. This is your job to criticize, or to a position where there's a guy's not performing, that's all a part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's not my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. He's going to be smiling ear to ear when this comes out talking about it, because I know he's going to be happy as hell.
Hey.
Me, I wish Stephen A. would just left it alone. Once he addressed it, once it happened,
The first time.
Address it. This is what happened. He came over to me, said what he said. I want to address it now, and I'm going to be done with it.
Right.
Because as my grandma used to say, boy, stirring up old ish, it still smells. So every time Stephen A. talks about it, it stirs it up again.
Yeah.
And look, I see both sides. I see both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. just need to let it go. He needs to let it go. And now he's like, well, if he'd hit him, I don't think LeBron was coming to hit you. LeBron was coming to tell you, bro, just stop talking about my son.
Right.
He said, because you said, oh, as a father, now you're making it personal. You're making it personal because now you're making it seem, and this is how LeBron, I think, took it. You making it seem that I'm not a good father, that I'm not putting my son in a position to be successful. And so you're pushing this. And so LeBron took it a certain way. And am I surprised LeBron responded the way he did so publicly? Because LeBron is a very private person.
Yes, sir.
He might have an issue with someone and you will never know it.
You'll never know it, yeah.
You will never know it. So, and so for him to do that at a game, and it wasn't after the game, it wasn't before the game, it was the third quarter during a timeout.
Right.
Lets you know how upset he was at Stephen A. and what Stephen A. had been saying. But at this point in time, I understand LeBron, they asked LeBron about this, but if I'm Stephen A., hey, guys, I've already addressed that. He said what he said. I understood his point. I said what I said. Now it's time to move on. Look, it's not going to stop me from talking about LeBron James, the basketball player on the court. But the incident, I feel that we've talked about it ad nauseum. I feel we've talked about it enough, and now it's time to move on.
All right.
Okay.
But he wouldn't have said that on First Take.
I think that if Shannon Sharp wasn't on First Take, he would have came a whole different direction on that.
Okay.
Right.
But
and notice that literally for I think for a while, Shannon I don't think was on First Take for a while.
Well, I look at it like this here. It's not the first time Stephen A. done got personal and talked about players. Kyrie Irving comes to mind.
Yes.
About not taking the shot when COVID and not taking the shot. That's that man's choice. Just like it was every man's choice, every woman's choice to take that shot or not take that shot. Who are you to criticize someone because they didn't want to put something in their body? Who are you? And to go even further with Stephen A. Now, you know, we talk about LeBron. We sit around, we talk about LeBron flopping. We talk about LeBron lobbying for calls. We talk about LeBron is about basketball. We never say nothing personal with LeBron. Okay? My thing with that is this here. I'm gonna have to take up for LeBron on the point of LeBron just called it like it was. When I say I'm taking up for LeBron, LeBron has 3 children. All 3 of LeBron's children live under his roof. LeBron has a wife, Savannah, right? Have you heard LeBron involved in anything off the court? I think the only thing you hear, oh, he was at Diddy's parties. Okay, he was at Diddy's parties. Okay, but when have you heard LeBron getting in trouble with the law? When have you heard LeBron getting caught in scandalous affairs with other women, cheating on his wife? You ain't heard LeBron in none of that. You know what I'm saying? And his 3 kids is under his roof. Stephen A., you got kids. Your kids, you didn't raise your kids under the same roof you were. Okay, what if people came at you the way you went at LeBron? How about you, Stephen A., as a father? Did you raise your kids under your roof?
That's a good point.
LeBron's raising his under his roof. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Yep.
So my thing with Stephen A., you know, just like he dogged out Kwame Brown. Everything he was saying about Kwame Brown was all basketball. Okay, but my thing is this: like he goes at Kawhi Leonard. Man, Kawhi Leonard done had how many knee surgeries?
Like 3.
Kawhi Leonard's had 3 knee surgeries, and he's still playing. Stephen A. claimed he couldn't play because he hurt his knee. You ain't had 3 knee surgeries. I got a screw in my knee. You ain't had 3 knee surgeries. you wasn't good enough to play. Instead of you saying you wasn't good enough to play, you lied about playing. And Jason Whitlock busted you out.
Yeah.
And then you got mad at Jason Whitlock for busting you out.
And I may not like Jason Whitlock, but it's like,
I like Jason. I listen to everybody.
Okay, so I'm not gonna fault LeBron with Stephen A. Smith. Anytime anybody jumps on Stephen A. Smith, that's not necessarily a negative, even if it's LeBron. But LeBron did jump on another sportscaster, and what's the legitimacy
Brian Windhorst?
of jumping on Brian Windhorst? Because Brian Windhorst did his job.
I think that was more about how angry he was. He took a shot at everybody.
And that's my point. Was that legitimate? And I would say
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was legit. Brian Windhorst been the reason. My friend called me, from Carson, called me up about this, and I'm like, hey, well, Brian Windhorst is here because LeBron. Well, that's the way the system used to work. It wasn't. It was not multimedia. It was newspapers. You start off on the local beat. You work your way to regional. You work your way to national. He started off covering LeBron James. He hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
And he just got promoted up as LeBron James got promoted up. Everything he says seems like it's truthful, so I don't see why you'd attack Brian Windhorst.
I think he attacked Brian Windhorst because Brian Windhorst talks to Stephen A. Smith and he appears on the show. And that's how mad and angry
Shannon
he
Sharp
was.
does too.
Yeah, but like I say,
I mean, like, should we play exactly what he said about
Brian Windhorst?
Yeah. Okay.
How long was that segment, sir?
Like 2 minutes.
Cool. All right.
So, I mean, just get this ready.
Give him a heads up what you're playing again.
And does the league penalize LeBron for attacking the media?
why should they? You get penalized for not talking to the media.
I mean, and you also get penalized for
in order for
criticizing referees, but as far as actual media personnel, I'm not sure.
Okay, all right.
But let's actually play what he had to say about Brian Windhorst, about him being weird for acting like his best friend. Let's play it.
Here we go, y'all.
For myself to make a name for myself, obviously I knew the play was going to take care of itself because I knew how much I committed to it, but also I wanted to handle the responsibility, of showing a face of the league in the sense of like a modern citizen, being a role model. It was, we have guys who, didn't want to be a role model to the sport, or didn't want to be a role model to the game, didn't want to appreciate the game or commit to the game. And I felt like, I had an opportunity to not only play the game that I love, but also I wanted fans to follow me. I wanted people to follow my journey. And what came out of that was me kind of being, I guess people say, the face of the league.
Yeah, the Sprite commercials.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I never went out to be like, I want to be the face of the league. Like, I seen a lot of shit too. Like I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like
Wendy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right?
same
He was on your high school
this
team.
guy was like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But
Wait,
Wendy.
Isn't that
That's not real.
Yeah, he was our enforcer, huh?
Knew it.
He went on his show and said, oh, don't let LeBron fool you. Like, he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. And ultimately, my whole thing is like, what do I want to wear off the court? It's like, I want to wear fucking Nikes. I want to wear Jordans. I want to wear pennies. I want to wear Bo Jacksons. I want to wear Air Maxes. I want to wear so
Primes.
what are we talking about? So I knew there was a responsibility for sure. Listen, man, during the ball drop, during the lottery drop, Cleveland got the #1 pick. I just don't think that was. Just,
Whoa, what are you
coincidence,
saying? Don't you think?
So now that we've got, do we criticize Windhorst or his quote trying to a brain. I don't really.
Thank you. Mo Punches from Carson. I don't think any white dude from Akron, Akron, Ohio, is going to claim he's best friends with a high school kid when he is at least 4 or 5 years older than him. So that statement just sounded weird from LeBron.
Yeah. It was definitely a weird statement.
I would say Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
And Prophet.
And Prophet.
And Prophet, yes.
I would say that Windhorst wants to be in LeBron's circle.
That I would agree.
I would say he will definitely want to be in his good graces.
He wants to be in his circle more than he is in the circle.
And I wouldn't disagree with that. Here's one caveat. I think same thing. You can say the same about Stephen A. You can say the same thing about Nick Wright. You can say the same thing about any big time sports. I mean, Skip Bayless. You want access. It's kind of like dealing with politics. You want that access, and if you're not in that space, you're not going to get that access. So yeah, I can definitely see him saying that. I don't see him saying I was his best friend though. You know, what LeBron said sounded not weird for Windhorst. It sounded weird coming from LeBron.
Well,
yeah.
The thing is, Windhorst is always, and he's like I say, he's been with LeBron
since high school.
Way back in high school,
yeah.
Right? So Windhorst has always been in that circle. Okay, Windhorst has. Remember Jordan when he played?
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who had access anytime they wanted with Michael Jordan? See if you remember.
Oh, I know Felicia.
Ahmad Rashad.
Yeah.
Ahmad Rashad.
Okay.
Because I will always even.
Oh, I remember that.
On
Yeah.
like ABC when like she had her actual show. I believe that was on ABC.
Okay.
She will always be able to interview Michael Jordan or like any like the top profile like actual players like her and I believe her brother and the other guy that was actually doing the show with her. They were able to like get all these high profile athletes on their show to actually do interviews with. But
Ahmad Rashad was the Brian Windhorst with Michael Jordan. Brian Windhorst, LeBron James. Brian Windhorst right now can get an interview with LeBron James, just like Ahmad Rashad could get one with Michael Jordan, right? So,
because he will always have like the inside scoop on like anything that was like going on, especially when it came from LeBron or it came through Rich Paul.
LeBron even made a statement referring to, if you ask LeBron, or they were talking about it on ESPN, they say, well, you ask LeBron something, and LeBron be like, that happened years ago. Say, go see Wendy. Wendy remember. That's how long Wendy's been in LeBron's circle.
Space, yeah.
And stuff. So my thing is, maybe LeBron is mad at Wemby because he shows up on First Take with Stephen A. He's got a problem with Stephen A. I believe he always has had a problem with Stephen A. But he hasn't had a problem with Windhorst. He ain't cut Windhorst off.
No. And probably after the show, I'll play y'all the audio of Brian Windhorst actually responding to what LeBron had to say on the Pat McAfee show.
Well, go ahead and lock it in now. We're right here.
Okay.
So the prophet has spoken. We see the LA teams. We're gonna have LA teams in the playoffs. Their positions are gonna switch though. So you're saying 2-6 for the Lakers and 6-2 for the Clippers. Where would that put the Lakers? And definitely, I know that's gonna put them out of any hope of home court advantage any round of the playoffs. So where does that put the Lakers? Their chances for making it out of the second round. What realistically do you think the Lakers can do?
I'm gonna put it to you like this here. Okay. It all depends. If the Clippers do make that 6-2 mark, okay, and the Lakers go 2-6, it comes down to what Minnesota and Golden State does.
That's why that Detroit game is huge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, you see, Minnesota, they piss me off too, because they lose games they don't have no business losing and stuff. If you guys supposed to be this legitimate threat in the East and you guys, I mean in the West, in the West, and this, that, and the other. You got Randall back. You got DiVincenzo back. You got you got all your guys back.
The Hawks, 82-75.
You got all your guys back.
Okay, good point.
So you got all your guys back. Minnesota. What's the excuse?
There is none. That's kind of my point with them. So
Like
Anthony Edwards did not want to be the face of the league, and I don't think he actually deserved to be the face of the league.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is a talented player, but there was a ton of talented players in the 80s who never made it top 10.
You know who the next face of the league is going to be?
Flag?
No. Victor.
What?
They've been pushing that for 2 seasons. Victor can't stay healthy.
That will always
They
be
really want him to be the face of the league. They wanted that international coverage, yeah.
Because he's like, because again, he's a talented big man that literally has handles like a point guard, and literally, like Shaq will say, we already had a player like Wemby, and that was Bobo.
Bobo. And you said the right name with respect to Wembanyama. This is the Laker tie-in, unfortunate Laker tie-in. Much like the kid Chet Holmgren in OKC, who got killed by that lefty that played for like Louisiana State University, kid who can't make it to the NBA but got killed by him. Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, they're both tall, but they ain't a lot of meat on them bones. Shaq was a freak, because Shaq was a 7'1", 7'2" monster of a man. Victor can't stay healthy. Holmgren can't stay healthy. We had this with Ralph Sampson. Anybody remember Ralph Sampson, who was supposed to be promising with the Twin Towers in Houston?
Yeah.
But he couldn't stay healthy. But guess who did stay healthy for 15 years? Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Because he had meat on his bones. So I like Victor, but he is really thin. And thin guys in NBA do not do well.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Probably like Tayshaun Prince.
I'm gonna say this here.
Small forward.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just like when you look at Boston with Jason Tatum. Everybody, I don't think Jason Tatum is a face of the league guy. He's a great player, but I mean, I don't think he's a face of the league guy. Anthony Edwards, no. I mean, don't be surprised if they try to pump Luka. Luka don't stay healthy either.
Oh my goodness.
See, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you know.
Side
But he plays
note.
in the playoffs, though. That's the thing.
Right.
He doesn't stay healthy, but he plays in the playoffs. He plays when the lights are brightest. He's the inverse of Kawhi. Kawhi will play in the regular season. He's going to get hurt early in the playoffs. You can guarantee it.
Right.
So you're not going to get deep runs with him because he's going to be hurt.
And and just a side note, the funny thing about this game right here between the Pistons and the Timberwolves, look at how many points Anthony Edwards has, and he's shooting 1 for 7. Mind you, this is a Detroit Pistons team that's playing without Cunningham.
Oh,
No, Cunningham playing this game, man.
No, he's not.
man, that's sick.
Cunningham's not playing?
No, he is not. He is in
See,
it.
that's where Beasley, Tobias Harris,
They beat Cleveland without
Hardaway,
Cunningham.
and them come in at.
Literally, this is I can show you the injury report. Literally, he is not. Literally, they're playing without Tobias Harris. They're playing without Cunningham. They're playing without Ron Harper Jr. and they're playing without Jaden Ivey.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I mean about Minnesota. This is what I be talking about with Minnesota. Right?
Either they have a second half of gods, or literally we're going to be playing hot potato with that 6 seed.
Minnesota
You're
literally
gonna be
gets
playing
up.
opposite. That's what I was going with the Lakers. Yeah.
You know the one team that Minnesota literally gets up to play? Denver.
Yeah. Yeah, they beat them last
They
year.
actually
that's
match
what
up well. Somehow, some way, they match up well against
Because they have
Denver.
size.
Right.
They have a bunch of size to throw it.
And Randall can actually. Actually, no. Randall, he's going to be guarding Gordon. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
So my whole thing with this, I got a perfect example. I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example of how delusional Laker fans are.
Go ahead.
I brung this point up last night when we were watching the Laker-Memphis game. And I said, now, OKC is 61-12. And the Lakers are
They should have a little bit more losses, but
44-29 or whatever it is, right?
It's not.
I said, if you flip the Lakers and OKC's record, and the Lakers were 61-12, who would be saying if OKC and the Lakers met, OKC would have a shot? Nobody. But you got Laker fans and people that wants to hype the Lakers so bad that would say, well, if they played OKC, they got a shot. OKC ain't never made it all the way to the thing, and this, that, and other.
So
right?
I have a lot of teams, but literally, if we're gonna go matchup for matchup, now this is gonna be a fully healthy OKC team that's going to be going up against the Lakers. Say, for example, if the Lakers skid the way that you project them to skid, go all the way down to
the 8th seed,
to the 8th, at worst the 9th.
I don't think they got. By the way, you look at the losses; they're not going to go down to the.
No.
There's no way they're going to drop below Sacramento, but they can drop to the 8th.
Yeah. Let's say the worst they can drop to is the 8th, where they'll be in the play-in. So we look at that situation. That's a lot to just unpack, because one, they'll be in the play-in, but then they'll also be possibly playing, because if they win the first game of the play-in, they're playing Houston. If you lose the play-in, which I think, say for example, Golden State is the 7th seed. And you have Golden State versus the Lakers. If they lose to Golden State, and then they beat the winner of the 9 and 10, which I think right now is
Sacramento and Dallas.
Sacramento and Dallas. So they play Sacramento.
They do not want to play Anthony Davis. I'm sorry. They don't want to play Anthony Davis for a play-in position.
And a play-in position, yeah, they definitely don't.
Yeah.
Man, if it
That'd
comes
be
down
nice.
to a
Man, I can see them
That'd
get
be
put
nice.
out. I
If
can see
it
the
come
Lakers
down
get put
to a
out. That's what I'm
play-in,
saying.
if it come down to a
That'd be
play-in
nice.
between the Lakers and Dallas,
Oh dear God!
Oh, my
I would.
God.
I'm gonna watch that game for sure.
Everybody will watch that one.
Anthony Davis's revenge game. Come on, AD. Let's do this.
Well, for-
Let's just look at the 7, 8, 9, 10.
And that's what I was saying. If
Because
they
right
drop
now
the
it's
way,
Minnesota, Clippers, Dallas, and the Kings. With technically, Phoenix is right there as well.
Yes.
Yes, Kevin
Phoenix,
Durant.
Portland,
Phoenix ain't
and
going anywhere.
surprisingly enough, San Antonio still somewhat has a chance. I don't know how, but literally they're going to be eliminated probably after the loss today. But yeah, literally Phoenix, they're getting somewhat hot at the right time, but they're inconsistent. So it's just like, more than likely it's still going to be Dallas and Sacramento. Dallas somehow, some way, they're keeping it together. And
They let him heal, and it's like, hey, last 10 games you're gonna be out there, and every game AD has played, Dallas has won.
And they've won 2 in a row so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now I see them catching up, because they're 3 games? No, they're how many games behind? What did I say? 5?
For whom?
For the 8th, Dallas.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna catch.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
They'd have to lose every game.
It would literally have to be a catastrophic meltdown
But they can get the 8th position.
They can.
They just have to win 2 games in the play.
So Golden State is killing San Antonio right now.
So they're
Am I
gonna
right?
they're gonna be good at the 6 right
So
now.
they're gonna pick up a half a game on the Lakers. They're 2 games behind the Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers have a game tomorrow against Houston, Wednesday against Golden State.
Yeah. They
2 fat games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and right now Golden State, they're killing. Oh yeah, they're killing the Spurs, 86-60. So we're gonna chalk that
killed
up
Atlanta.
as a win for
Golden State.
For Golden State, unless there's just a
meltdown of like legendary
So-
proportions.
just nuclear proportions.
So after tonight, there'll be 2 games behind the Lakers, and they play the Lakers Wednesday. So that Laker game with Houston tomorrow is a big game.
If the Lakers lose that game, the Lakers are in trouble.
Literally both games come
And I
out.
think they're gonna lose that game.
Literally,
Okay.
literally both games for the Lakers. I believe they're both going to be home games for the Lakers. This is going to be an important, 5-game home stretch
yeah.
for the Lakers. They have to go positive, because if they don't go positive,
They're screwed. Yeah.
they're going to go into that plan where they do not want to go, because literally there were dogs in that plan.
Remember this.
Hold on. Repeat. Who are you?
I'm Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
He told us to remember something. We
And
need to.
prophet.
He said 2-6.
Let us hear it.
You have to look at it like this. If the Lakers go into a bad stretch this week, right? At the end of the stretch, they got 2 in a row against OKC.
OKC. That's not gonna help. This is why I'm like dying over here. I'm like, the Lakers.
But
are
would they
in
play
trouble.
their starters though? Okay.
Even though they,
OKC,
wants
if
to
they
lock
still,
up the number
if
1.
they still
Absolutely.
fighting for the best record in home
Right.
court throughout the playoffs,
That's why the Clippers did.
then they guys are gonna play. But even if they guys don't play, they young and they fast. Okay, they are young and fast.
And plus,
you missed one point.
SGA is going to be, he's playing for MVP
But there's one other point.
against Jokic.
There's one
What's
other
the other
point.
point?
There's one other point. And people keep missing this one. SCA played really well versus Dallas, but Dallas knocked out the #1 seed last year. SCA remembers that. Luka's on the Lakers now. If he can put the Lakers out of the playoffs
Ooh.
by getting revenge on Luka, I think SGA is going to
Yes.
be very motivated.
You know why Dallas
Yeah.
was able to knock OKC out last year? It wasn't because of Luka.
Oh, I know.
It was
But
lively.
It was
it's
because
of that defense.
It's because Dallas had size.
Lively,
Oklahoma did.
Gafford.
Yes.
They had Lively and Gafford.
I think,
Right?
They're
And they
still
couldn't do
missing those
nothing with
individuals.
Lively and Gafford. All Oklahoma had as far as size was Holmgren. That's why they went and got Hardenstein out of New York. Now, you look at OKC now, they got size. Hardenstein does all of the
The dirty work, yes.
and he allows Holmgren to go out and do the AD role. AD always said, let me play the 4, let me play the 4, right? Well, that's Holmgren. Holmgren don't have to play the center. He don't have to bang, right? So he can play the 4, and sometimes he play the 5, very sparingly, okay? But that's the difference between OKC last year and this year. They got size up front now.
And so, if basically, I don't think that's incongruous with what I stated. I think Shea's mad because his team was the #1 team last year, and they got put out. And I think it was 4-2. So it was not really that close.
In a way, I want the Lakers to finish 4 or 5. I do. I want them to finish 4 or 5 because it means if they win their first round series, they got to go see OKC.
See, you Mo Punches from Carson. You need to be a real hater, though. I want the Lakers out. That's even better. You got Luka. You made your
that's the
in-season
point of the
trade.
show.
You did everything you wanted to do, and you didn't make the playoffs after being up with 10 games left. After being like the 3rd seed.
Well, they're not going to miss the playoffs, man.
If they hit that play in, all bets are off. if they lose that first game, now that's a big if, but if they have to play like Minnesota, and Minnesota just has a really good game for some odd reason. It's the old Lakers versus the new Lakers. It's the real Lakers versus the fake Lakers. It'll be Minnesota with lakes in the state versus LA with no lakes in the state. So if the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the fake Lakers, and then the fake Lakers have to play AD, oh, golden. It would be just.
Now he sound like a real Laker
That's what
hater.
I'm saying. Minnesota puts out the fake Lakers, and then AD comes back for his revenge game. This is just perfect. This is the only thing that'd be better if Kyrie came back and played on one leg and went for 40. That'd be the only thing that'd be better.
And again, we have to put emphasis on the fact that like this is a Dallas team that's going to be without Kyrie, without Exxon,
Right.
without Lively, without Gafford.
Oh, they're not coming back?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Gafford might come
See,
back.
he says Monday's game, he's probable.
Who?
Gafford.
Oh, jeez. They getting Gafford
That's what I'm
back?
saying. They're getting bigger. If they get Gafford back, so Gafford can play the 5, AD can play the 4, oh, Lordy B, this is going to be great.
And Caleb Martin is day-to-day.
Derek Lively is questionable, so it looks like he's going to be back for the playoffs if they make it.
And Caleb Martin, he's
Probable? Oh, Lord.
Well,
Dallas
they
is getting
starting to
healthy.
get people back.
They're starting to get healthy. Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be great. Dude, come on. Come on, AD. Come on, AD. He'll be back. He could come back for the play-in.
I like your point, Mo. I like your
Thank
point.
you. Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Well,
This
Well,
hey,
you
like,
know-
look, this the Laker Hater Show. Get the
This
ass
Laker
out.
Hater Show.
okay,
Dude,
well,
that's what it is.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like this.
I mean,
right?
like,
Prophet.
I mean, let's just look
You-
at the full. I mean, like, we're looking at the full picture because, like, literally, our Laker hate goes into a full spectrum because literally every other team involves themselves when it comes to hating the Lakers because literally these teams can actually make or break the Lakers' fate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In fact, when it comes down to their playoff position.
So what we saying is that by the time the Lakers play Dallas, AD, Gafford, Lively, and Martin will all be there.
Be healthy.
And you have a Klay Thompson who's actually shooting like Klay Thompson now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's someone else that
Man,
like
I do not
literally-
want to play Dallas.
Yeah.
I know Kyrie's out, but geez, now this forces AD to be AD.
Right. Okay.
Hey, we
Good
don't
point.
have
Good
Kyrie.
point.
You got to do it. So throw that ball in, let AD do what he does.
Good point. Good point. All right.
This is going to be a dangerous Dallas team. This is going to be hungry coming from the play-in. So,
Well,
these last couple of games, they're going to be very important when it comes to just the actual landscape.
So you just need to keep Minnesota in the play-in position.
That's
the only
why
thing
I
I
say
need. I just need them in the play-in
this-
position so they can cause trouble
Right,
for
right.
LA.
And right now, like it's a 6-point game at halftime, 60-54. They're keeping it close, so let's see if they're able to rally past the Pistons in this second half.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this here also. These next two games, this Laker Houston game tomorrow,
And the Laker Golden State game.
and the Laker Golden State game.
That
right?
shifts everything because that will knock they'll put, if Golden State does win it, and I hope they do, they've been inconsistent recently. But if they knock the Lakers off, that puts Golden State at the 4. That puts the Lakers at the
5 or
7.
6.
Because you're presuming everybody else is going to lose.
If we can punch up Golden State's schedule, I want to see.
It's
Now
not
they're
easy.
playing tonight,
Yeah.
okay?
They beat the Spurs.
But
right
I
now.
want to know if Golden State has another game between now and when they play the Lakers on Wednesday.
I guess let's go to Golden State. Mo, you actually read that for me.
Okay.
Memphis.
So yeah,
First.
they play Memphis on Tuesday, and then Thursday they play the Lakers.
Is that Laker game is Thursday?
Yes, that Laker game is Thursday.
If they win those games, Golden State's in 4.
and then that
Because they'll knock out Memphis.
because then that's a back-to-back for the Warriors because they go.
No, actually, they have a day off. It's Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
first and third.
No.
They have a back-to-back with Denver.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about because the Lakers are the first part of their back-to-back because they go from LA and then they go back home to play Denver, which is well like that ain't nothing. Then you have a game Sunday against Houston, and then you play at Phoenix.
Well, their schedule is kind of.
And then you go have a homestand, and they have a home game. So you go from Phoenix back to Golden State to play San Antonio. Then you're at Portland, and then you're at Clippers.
Golden State has a tough 3 games coming up. The Lakers, Denver, Houston.
Memphis, they should win that.
Memphis hates Golden State. You have to know that.
Yeah.
Y'all will be
Memphis,
motivated.
but you know, like I say, Memphis is inconsistent.
That's
I
literally
don't
going.
get
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's for 5th place. Memphis is in 5. Golden State's in
I
6.
get it, but what I'm
So-
saying is, you know, like I said, just looking at Morant last night.
And Edie, he should be eating in that paint. Honestly,
Should.
He was eating last night, and then they stopped throwing him the ball.
literally, keep feeding Edie the ball. Because literally, I don't see anybody on that Warriors team
That can match up with.
actually stopping him.
Well, you're saying that that John Morant is a point guard, not a guy who plays the point guard position. That's what you're saying. What about
Morant
Carson?
would be a better 2 than a point.
Point, yes.
Right.
His decision making is.
Terrible.
Thank you.
Because literally, because if we look at, I'm gonna just pull up just the Memphis Grizzlies, just their actual depth chart, because like.
But if they beat Memphis, Golden State's in the 5. That's the point I'm making there. And if they beat the Lakers, Golden State's in the 4.
And Kennard, he didn't show up last night.
Yeah.
That's not unusual. He played with the Clippers. It's not unusual.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's just a literal shooter, but it's just like he's streaky, and Scottie Pippen Jr. He's actually been playing.
He had a
actually
good
well.
first half last night, and he didn't do nothing in the second half.
Yeah, so I would say, yeah, the fact that Scottie Pippen Jr. he's your backup, and then you have Desmond Bain as your shooting guard. Then you what?
Now I like Bain, I like Bain, but like I said, they just have bad luck. Memphis does. The guy Brandon Clark, he's out for the year again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I look at Memphis and it's like, damn, what are they missing? And they missing. To me, they missing. If you took Chris Paul. But then they would be too small in the backcourt.
Yeah, they'd be way too small.
But the thing is, it's like you need a Chris Paul type of person to go to Memphis and get Morant off the ball.
They have Marcus Smart.
They traded Smart to the Wizards.
They did. But they had a big guard. They could have put Morant at the 2. They could have had Marcus Smart at the point. Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, we ready?
Uh-oh, we have a surprise.
Uh-oh.
Caller, could you identify
It's John
yourself?
Morant, everyone. Okay.
Talk
It's
to us,
who?
caller.
This happens to be Hugh from Boston.
Whoa.
Hi, Hugh.
We welcome
Hey.
you, sir.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Hugh.
You're always on time, sir. Always.
So whom is there?
So
Identify yourself. Who's here?
Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
Mo Punches from Carson.
and Rashid the engineer.
Of course, Johnny the producer is keeping things in check.
How's things going?
Well, we're waiting on your call, bro. Give us some.
Well, I don't have a whole lot to give except that,
Yes, you do.
know, how are the Lakers going to screw up this week?
Well, Hugh, this is Van Douglas, #1 Laker hater.
And
Prophet. I said last week the Lakers was going to crash and burn. And for Laker fans, I say it again. Thank God for the tip-in. Because that tip-in saved they bacon big time. But if you look at this week, starting tomorrow, Houston, and then Thursday they play Golden State. Okay? Those are two tough games. And then at the end of the stretch of games they also have to play OKC twice. So the Lakers could drop to 6 or 7. That's my prediction.
Okay.
What do you think, Hugh?
I think that how many of these games are away?
They got the Houston game is at home. Golden State is at home. New Orleans is at home, right? They'll beat New Orleans. That's one of the games I have.
New Orleans they should beat.
Okay. But the two OKC games are
All right,
both
in
on the
OKC,
road.
Yep.
Well, I just think they have a problem on the road.
The problem is they don't get foul calls. Yeah,
the problem is they don't
those
get
phantom foul calls.
Yep.
So they got.
No, they. I don't know. I just don't think that this trade is going to work out
They got
for
four.
the best of the
four in a row.
Lakers. And to be honest, I think LeBron is running out of gas.
Yeah, so they have 4 games at home and 4 games away. You're going to have, for 3 games in a row, they're going to be at home. First, you're at home against Houston, then Golden State, then the Pelicans. Then you're away for 3 games. 2 of them are against OKC back-to-back. Then you got Dallas in Dallas. You come back home against Houston, and then you're at Portland.
Now look at that stretch of games. Look at the stretch of games. This is why I say this is the prophet again. This is why I say that they can end up going 2-6. After the stretch after the game with New Orleans, back to back with Oklahoma City, Dallas, and Houston, they could lose all 4.
Easily.
They can lose all 4.
You lock them in, sir.
And what's going to happen is, in the first 3 games, they might be able to go 2-1, and they're going to think they're so great that everybody's going to think they're going to sweep 8.
Well, I put it to you like this, Hugh. If they split with Golden State and Houston, and then they got to play that stretch of OKC twice at Dallas, and Houston. Okay, that might be off by 1 loss, but that would be what, 2-5, 3-5,
3-5. That's still not great.
Yep.
That can still drop them to 7 pretty easily.
Well, all the haters want them to lose them all, Hugh. That's the deal in here.
Well,
I can
yeah,
see the
but
New Orleans win. I can see the Portland win.
Yeah, more questions from Carson. What I want is for the Lakers and Minnesota have to play in the first round of the play-in. So you have the fakers versus the real Lakers. And then I want Anthony Davis to get his revenge game with the Lakers losing that first play-in game and then him knocking him out of the playoffs.
Explain the play-in to some of our listeners so they can understand.
Okay, so play-in, you're trying to earn 7th, 8th position.
Right.
The 7th, 8th team in the league play each other for the number 7. The winner gets the number 7. The number 8 gets a home game versus the winner of the 9-10. The 9 seed gets a home game versus the 10. So if you're in the 9-10, you got to win 2 games to get into the playoffs. If you're in the 7-8, you just need 1 game.
Right.
So it's great. So it does favor basically the old, first 8. But there have been weird things that happen where that 8 seed has been knocked out.
Absolutely. There you go.
I would love, like I said, I would love to see Minnesota knock out the Lakers because it's like this was just historical payback, I guess you could say.
You're a true hater, brother.
Absolutely. And to have LeBron knocked out of the play-in, the logical play-in, and he does not want to look. If you, let's say you survive the play-in, at best you're going to be the 7th seed. You're going to be playing Houston if you're lucky, I guess. Because right now they're looking like the number 2. But if you're the 8, Lord help you, because now you got to pay OKC.
Yes, sir.
So you definitely don't want that smoke. So yeah, maybe Houston's not ready. We'll see. But it does not look good if you're Lakers. Either way it goes, because you're not going to get home court at any point in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, if you break down the Lakers in Houston, right? And everybody say, oh, well, they got LeBron and Luka. Okay? You got a guy with Houston, Dylan Brooks.
The villain, Dylan the villain.
Dylan the villain. Okay?
That's his job.
He, depending on what's happening in the game, what's going on, and all of that, he's going to be on LeBron
Yes,
or
sir.
Luka,
Yes, sir.
right? And the thing is, if I'm Houston, I will put him on Luka.
Yeah. Wear him out.
Because if
Yep.
they put him on LeBron, they're going to
Foul him out.
give LeBron every call.
Yep.
So you maybe want to take that other guy, Green.
You have a Sir Thompson. You have Torrey Eason. They have a bunch of guys who are like 6'8", 6'9", who can play LeBron.
I would put
Yeah.
I would put one of them on LeBron.
You don't want to put Green on him. Green's too small.
Yeah, I would put one of those guys on LeBron, and I would put Brooks. I would put Brooks on Luka.
Yep. And make Luka work.
And
the
I'd
entire
have Brooks pick his ass up full court.
Full court.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So listen, we have a few minutes left. Hey, Hugh, give us some more rundown on how you feel and how you doing over there, brother.
I'm
Hugh?
just hanging in there.
Okay.
Just trying to recover.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
All right,
that's
well,
what
listen.
happens as you get old. You
Oh,
guys
that's-
don't know that yet, but you'll learn it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the warning, brother. We appreciate you. But listen, man, we want you to hurry up and get well. But if not, you're always a phone call away to chime in with us, man. 'cause
Okay.
we're going to be here until the playoff ends. We want to see all this stuff, how it's going to resolve because we have a new prophet up in here. He seems to be on point with a lot of shit going on right here. So I think
Is that my friend there, Van Douglas?
I think Mo coined it as soon as he walked in. He gave him an attachment on his name, which I thought was pretty cool.
Hey, you, what do you think would have happened if the tip-in wouldn't have happened in Indiana? You think they was on a 3-game losing streak then? And when they went into Indiana, they was on a 3-game losing streak, right? So it's like, if LeBron doesn't get the tip in, they'd have had a 4-game losing streak. They basically would have had a 5-game losing streak because they lost to Chicago. Hey, let's not forget about Giddey. Not Diddy, but Giddey.
Yeah. Not Diddy.
Did you see that shot, Hugh?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my God, Hugh.
Look
you
it up,
missed
Hugh.
it.
Look it up. It's good.
Look, at
I
the
will
end
look
of
it
the
up.
game, the Lakers had, first of all, the Lakers had an 18-point lead in the fourth quarter. And Chicago walked them down. Took a
Right.
1-point lead. Reeves hit a shot to put them back up by 1 with the clock running out. Giddey from half court. Oh! It went in.
And that doesn't even explain the full story because literally Chicago scored 9 points straight in the span of 12 seconds.
You're missing the most important piece.
Yes.
And the
tell me.
final shot, the final 2 shots were because of LeBron James.
Yeah.
But you're missing, again, the most important piece.
And the last shot happened to be in front of LeBron James.
But the one that put
One
Chicago
more.
up was LeBron throwing a lazy telegraph pass. It was like
Giddey got the steal from a LeBron James inbound pass.
It looked like that whole Isaiah Thomas pass.
That gave it to Kobe White for
three, and that put Chicago
Now-
up, which is what put the pressure on the Lakers.
Now, why did you have to bring that one up?
Because look who I have on the phone.
Hugh was on the Boston bench when that happened. Hugh was on the Boston bench because I was rooting for Detroit to beat Boston.
Oh, my God.
And it was a trip because when Rodman blocked Bird's shot and the ball went off Boston out of bounds, I said, we got it. All of a sudden, Bird steals the ball. Oh, no, come on. And guess it's a DJ. John, I'm gonna do my Johnny Most. And it gets it the DJ, and DJ scores.
Yep.
Well, it was an opportunity to disparage LeBron
Yes,
James yet again.
yes, that
Because
was the
even if
good
you get the
one.
ball in, you still win that game.
Right.
So by turning it over, you gave Chicago a chance to actually win the game, and they took it. So
Yeah.
Well, I think Barker is going to be easy to defend.
Who's
As
gonna be
Van was
easy to
saying.
defend?
Well, y'all looking good, Hugh.
I just think he's going to be easy to defend. It's easy to pick his pocket.
You talking about Luka?
I think he's talking about Luka.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I say, if you pick Luka up full court, but then the Lakers gonna have to make an adjustment. If you put Dylan Brooks on him, Dylan Brooks ain't gonna let him walk the ball up. He's gonna pick him up full court. And that would be my plan. If I'm Houston, I'm doing everything I can to speed up the game. How do you speed up the game? You pick them up full court. You don't let them walk the ball up because that slows the game up. You want to speed the game up, pick him up full court, and make him work to get the ball up.
And that would be the brightest move to make. Because that's what Boston did.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And neither Luka nor LeBron want to go run. I know LeBron thinks he wants to run up on the court, but after doing that for 40 minutes, those legs are going to get heavy. So,
Okay, listen. Good move. Okay, we have 3 minutes left up in here, man. I want to appreciate everybody for showing up on this wonderful Sunday. We have the playoffs going to start in a week, and it's going to really get juicy after this. Everybody going to just pump up their attitudes. So let's come up in here, and of course, the name of the show is called For Laker Haters Only. Here we are.
Well, let's see now.
The original Laker haters.
Yeah, okay, here we are.
Yep.
We got two of them up in there, the OGs.
Yeah, we got about what, like 2-3 weeks left of basketball
Yes.
before we actually get into the play-in tournament.
Yes.
Which would be like the middle of April.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna pump it up here. I will bring my Laker haters cheerleaders up here once the season starts. Once the playoffs start, I got some Laker haters cheerleaders. They'll come in and put on a little performance to boost the morale up for the Laker haters and all the haters across the country. They can see our Laker haters cheerleaders. Ought to be nice. So we're going to keep it moving. This is our first season of the Laker Haters show. Laker Haters, right, engineer?
Yes.
What is it, on YouTube, what is it called?
It's called Laker Haters Only.
Okay, on YouTube, y'all. Go to YouTube. Pick us up.
Yeah, go to
We're moving
YouTube.
up.
All you Laker fans, go to YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And get nasty in the comments if you want to.
Yeah, that'd be
We
nice.
want all the smoke.
Yeah, we want it all. Because we have the number one Laker hater, Mr. Van Douglas / the Prophet. Something happened where Mo had attached that to him. We got the engineer with all the stats and all the sound effects you hear. He's engineering all that for him. That's Rashid. We got Hugh from Boston. Are you still there, sir?
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you. We really do.
No, thank you.
And other folks will be coming up in here as the playoffs start. So we're getting ready to really pump this shit up now. It's time to really pump it up to the next level. We're just getting started. So
All
don't
right.
forget, at the end of the season, we're going to have our Laker Hater Parade. And we want to invite everybody to come on out and join the parade. We'll have the number one Laker Hater up in the first seat with a big sign, the number one Laker Hater and Prophet.
Yeah, telling it like it is. Like I say, these first 2 games this week for the Lakers are big, big, big.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Just a minute, Johnny. Am I supposed to address Van as the prophet?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, just want to make sure I'm doing it appropriately.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it worked this week, Hugh.
Hopefully.
Well, we got 30 seconds, man. Let's go on and get up out of here. So until next week, y'all tune in, tell a friend. We're YouTube for Laker Haters Only on YouTube. Okay? Look it up. It's going to be nice.
All the best.
Get a chance to see our
Bye for
pretty
now.
faces up in here. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thank you. Give me some of that Laker hater song, brother. Any kind of Laker hater, basketball, Jones, or anything.